Are you dreaming about a gap year in Italy, but you're worried about the costs? Then keep watching. This guide is for you, as today I'm here to help you make your gap year to Italy a reality without breaking the banks. Ciao a tutti and welcome back to the Italian4a channel, your go-to destination for all things Italy. If you haven't done it yet, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more tips and tricks on how to get the best out of your learning experience in Italy. And now, whether you want to come to Italy to learn the language, study the culture, or just reconnect with your roots, let's see together the ultimate guide on how to plan your gap year staying on a budget. Okay, let's get started, and first things first, let's talk about planning. Indeed, a successful and budget-friendly gap year starts with good preparation and research. The first step is to gather all the necessary information on tuition fees, accommodation costs, and living expenses. If you're still a student, for example, just know that many institutions provide assistance to international students coming to Italy. So make sure to always explore scholarship opportunities offered by schools, universities, private organizations, and government agencies. And of course, if you find a scholarship that you're eligible for, apply to reduce your expenses. To get a picture as accurate as possible of the expenses that you will incur into, you can use online resources, university websites, and expat forums. Also here, a pro tip for you. Try creating your own spreadsheet to organize your expenses and stay on top of your total budget. Trust me, it's really worth trying. Then, to kickstart your computations and fill your spreadsheet, start by picking the city where you want to go. Indeed, the cost of accommodation can vary greatly depending on the city where you choose to go. Bigger cities such as Rome and Milan, for example, tend to have more expensive rents compared to smaller cities such as Lucca, for example, or Sestri Levante. Do your research and pick the city that has a lower rent, but it's still rich in culture and things to do. In Italy, cities with a cheaper rent often happen to be in the south of the country, but it's very important to notice that all over Italy, the renting cost is on average lower than the one in the US, for example, or the one in other richer European countries. Next up, let's talk about accommodation options. Of course, to cut on your budget, forget expensive hotels and rather opt for different options, such as, for example, homestays or shared apartments. This way, not only you will save money, but you will also meet new people and dive deep into the culture. While considering all your different options, also make sure to factor in utilities, such as electricity and internet, to cut costs and budget correctly. Of course, another important thing to take into consideration while doing this budget are the day-to-day expenses, such as utilities, as we just said, but also grocery, transportation, and entertainment. Indeed, these day-to-day expenses are often underestimated or not taken into consideration at all while doing a proper budget. Before leaving, it's always a good practice to check the cost of living of the city that you picked for your gap year and account for all the cultural differences. For example, here in Italy, we do a lot of aperitivos, and that it's something you may need to take into consideration in your budget, for example. And finally, one of the most important things to take into consideration when budgeting for your gap year: transportation costs. Indeed, when studying abroad, especially if you choose to go in one European country such as Italy, you may want not only to visit all the cities of the country, but also to explore nearest countries. So make sure to save some of your budget for travel expenses, such as transportation, accommodation, and sightseeing activities. Whenever you know that there are more options available for your transportation, such as flight, train, or buses, always make sure to check all the differences in prices so that you can pick the cheapest one. And of course, don't forget to take into consideration rail passes or particular discounts to save money. At this point, guys, I'm super curious to know, did you ever consider implementing this method to budget for your gap year? Or did you use any other method taking into consideration any other point? Let me know in the comments, I read you. And now, before wrapping it up, we know that creating a study abroad budget is one thing, and then to actually be able to stick to it is another. Of course, it requires discipline and planning. So here are some more extra tips for you to help you stick to your budget. Tip number 1, create a budget plan that is as detailed as possible. Try to track all your expenses during your gap year, to stay always on top of your budget and avoid last-minute surprises. Consider using, for example, budgeting apps or softwares. This will help you track your spending and monitor your gap year budget in real time, allowing you to make real-time adjustments if you see that it's needed, so that you arrive at the end of your stay without worries. Tip number 2. Take advantage of age discounts. Many businesses offer discounts to both students and seniors, so make sure to always bring with you your ID. From restaurants to museums, cinemas, theaters, make sure to always ask at the entrance when buying your ticket if there are discounts. Tip number 3. Cook your meals at home. Eating out can quickly drain your study abroad budget, so consider cooking your own meals at home instead. This can also be a way to shop at local markets and dive deeper into the Italian culture. At local markets, you will find not only fresh, but also more affordable ingredients that you can then use to prepare meals for you and your friends and socialize on a budget. And now, last but not least, tip number 4. Explore free and low-cost activities. Take advantage of many free or low-cost activities available in each city in Italy, such as visiting public parks, attending cultural events, or exploring historical landmarks. Check the list of events for your city, pick the ones that you think you would enjoy the most, and just go there to meet new friends and like-minded people. And with that, I would say that it's really all for today. Studying abroad, it's really an incredible opportunity to expand your horizons, make lifelong memories, and develop valuable skills both for your personal and professional life. Familiarize yourself with these practical tips we have provided in this guide, and we are sure that you're going to be able to ace your gap year without breaking the banks. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like it, comment it, or just share it with your friends. And also, to enjoy your gap year and make the most out of it, I also recommend you to check out other 2 very useful guides that we made for you. The one on how to use public transportation in Italy, and the one on the 10 most used Italian slang expressions. I'm sure that these will both be very handy during your gap year in Italy. Ciao, alla prossima!